Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And earlier this morning, Matt Ellis, Verizon CFO, presented at the Morgan Stanley conference. And we got an article here from Fierce Wireless, which I will leave in the description down below so you guys could check it out. Verizon revisits compensation models within its consumer group. So Sampath is now in charge of Verizon Consumer Group, which he's really had no experience running the consumer group. But what Matt Ellis was quoted saying is that Sampath is signaling going back to the basics of what got Verizon to where they're at today. And I think that is a completely wrong way of thinking about moving Verizon in the right direction. The reason I say that is because Verizon at this juncture, they need to be innovative and they need to be competitive. Those are the only two ways that they can get around this slump that they're in. Each and every day, T-Mobile is opening up a new store in a rural area that opens up so many opportunities for T-Mobile that is by perception considered the value player. So Verizon can no longer just sit there and say, oh, we have the better network. It hasn't mattered. Today, Verizon announces 200 million pops of C-band, which is a nationwide deployment now per the FCC, and the numbers have not shifted in Verizon's favor whatsoever. We have seen them take losses. They are expected to take losses at the end of the first quarter. There needs to be a bigger shift, a bigger turnaround for the company to be able to make change. And I hope perhaps Sampath watches this video. And I know these guys up there, they check numbers, they run statistics, they run analytics, but nothing ever can get around competition. You know, I always make sports analogies. You know, if talent is on a team and they don't compete, they will lose. They will lose to competition. And Verizon has been losing to competition across the board. They have been losing to AT&T. They have been losing to T-Mobile, the MVNOs. And they recently admitted that by trying to push promotional offerings into 231 markets. They've admitted it on the internal sheet that I saw. It states on there, we want to get more competitive against T-Mobile and AT&T. I think they need to do that permanently. They have to look at it on a bigger scale. T-Mobile is a serious threat. They're moving into those areas. AT&T and Verizon, they kind of have been going back and forth. But now T-Mobile is moving in. For many, they have a respectable network. They are by perception the value player, so they're pushing. And Verizon has yet to acknowledge that on a more public stage that, hey, look, T-Mobile is competing and we need to fight back. So just wanted to share that with you. I will leave this article in the description so you guys can check it out. And it's interesting, right? Going back to the basics, getting Verizon to what got them to what they are today. I just don't see that approach working. Not me being in a negative, being in a negative narrative about Verizon. It's just not going to work. They're going to have to adjust to compete. They need to be innovative and they need to compete. They need to get back to the basics on having a solid customer service foundation because that's been all out of whack. So that's what they need to get back to. They might need to drop pricing on a nationwide basis by $10. They need to get back to having a solid foundation on customer service. They need to be able to have, account specialists again in stores that can help with accounts because I am hearing that those are being removed from indirect retail. So they need to get back to that. If they don't get back to that, the competition will continue pushing against Verizon aggressively and they will win. Verizon has not been winning. So make sure you guys stay tuned to the channel for more. Like, share, subscribe, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Life. See you in the next one. Peace.